Okay, students, so now we can start. So students will keep on joining, so you can start one by one. So anyone of you who have query, you can raise your hand. Yes, Manashwini?
Sir, in the isolation of genomic DNA from a bacterial cell, in that experiment, in the lysis buffer, what is the use of MgCl2?
Manashwini, also turn on your camera.
Okay, so 1 minute. Am I visible?
Yes. Yeah.
Should I ask my question again?
Yeah, question you again.
So, in the isolation of genomic DNA experiment from a bacterial cell, what is the use of MgCl2 in the lysis buffer?
See, MgCl, the salts that you are using, the MgCl2, NaCl, all the different salts, they are just to stabilize the DNA. Like one concept is a salting in, salting out. So they help in that. They make other component to precipitate out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
It's the salting in, salting out. Have you heard the term in chemistry? Salting in, salting out.
Yes, sir. Very briefly.
So they facilitate the precipitation of other components. You maintain the see what happens when whatever the charge is there in within your solution, that also facilitates the precipitation of. Means if you make your species neutral, then the neutral species is going to precipitate out. So that helps in that.
Okay, sir.
Any other question, Manaswi? Only one?
Sir, I had one more, but okay. So my other question, in the Beer-Lange law, it says absorbance is equal to epsilon into L into C. So it says epsilon is molar extinction coefficient. What is
See, what you mean the molar?
um 1 mole in the that whole formula?
Okay, so molar is something associated with the concentration.
Yeah.
So when you study this Beer-Lambert law, and molar is also associated with the atomic weights, etc., and number of particles. So this is the first thing you should know it. And you are asking this question to me, but first I think you should ask this question to your chemistry teacher when they were teaching you the photochemistry. At that time also they told you for this Beer-Lambert law. But you asked to me, so I will explain you. So when you describe this Beer-Lambert law, we tell that uh, absorbance is directly proportional to path length. One. Second, directly proportional to concentration. Two things. So they are directly proportional. They are not equal. So this molar extinction coefficient that we are talking, this is a constant of proportionality. Okay, this is a constant of proportionality. To remove the proportional, we are introducing one constant. So this is a constant of proportionality, and this constant of proportionality depends upon, so it is not constant for everything. That's why term molar is there, molar extinction coefficient. So this coefficient depends on nature of your solution contain tryptophan. Okay, so this molar extinction coefficient is going to depend upon tryptophan. First thing. So, and if you are changing, tryptophan is going to have different, and alanine is going to have different, glycine is going to have different. So each of the molecule is going to have different molar extinction coefficient. First thing, it depends on the nature of your molecule. Second, it also depends upon the wavelength which you are choosing for the this absorption. If you are talking about absorption at 280, it is going to be different. Absorption at 270, it will be different. 300, it is going to be different. So this is molar extinction coefficient. It is a constant of proportionality, and it is constant for each molecule or and each wavelength. Okay. So when we are referring tryptophan, we are going to refer 280 nanometer and 5500 per mole per centimeter. Okay, so this is so unit wise you can say that shift all the things towards the other direction. Absorbance have no unit, so centimeter is going to be go above, and the molar concentration in the molarity will go down. So it is going to be 5500 centimeter per mole.
Okay.
This is a this your molar extinction coefficient for tryptophan. Similarly, it is going to be for a different also. So also you can say that it is a value, it is a concentration, because when this it is going to be equal to absorbance. So when concentration is going to 1 molar, when concentration is going to be 1 molar and path length is going to be 1 centimeter, in that condition, your molar extinction coefficient is equal to your absorbance. Okay, so this molar extinction coefficient, that's why the molar is there. 1 mole, 1 molar solution का कितना absorbance है? How much the absorbance is going to be of your 1 molar solution?
Okay.
That's why it is a molar extinction coefficient. This is coefficient is the absorbance of 1 molar solution. 1 molar solution अगर आपके पास है उस substance का, तो उस wavelength के ऊपर कितनी absorbance है? That is going to be your molar extinction coefficient, and it is a constant of proportionality.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Thank
you. Okay, so Manaswini done. 2 questions were from Manaswini. Who is going to be next? Yes, Devanshi.
Sir, I'm audible.
Yes, Devanshi, you are audible. And turn on your camera.
Sir, yes. Sir, in digestion, restriction digestion practical, in materials, it was mentioned appropriate restriction digest buffer. What does it contain, sir? EDTA.
No, it contains metal ions. It contains pH. So when we are saying appropriate buffer, means what condition you need for your restriction enzyme. Like your restriction enzyme is going to require MgCl2, and MgCl2 concentration 100 millimolar per se. Then, and if you are having another restriction like EcoR1, it needs 100 millimolar, and this BAMH1 required 20 millimolar, or with the MgCl2 it also required KCl, potassium chloride, for its appropriate activity. So when we are saying the appropriate buffer, means the buffer that you are going to have should be specific for your enzyme. The buffers are going to be a slight difference in their concentration may leads to star activity. Okay, so that's what is appropriate means specifically for your enzyme that you have chosen for your restriction digestion.
Sir, one question.
Mm-hmm.
So while we do plasmid isolation DNA practice, after getting the DNA supernatant, you mentioned three techniques, which is isopropanol precipitation, cesium chloride, and solid phase dosing. So which we prefer more?
Okay, Devanshi, your voice was not clear to me, but what I understand that you are asking once you are going to have your supernatant that contains a DNA and you wish to go for the precipitation. And in the precipitation, you can do by three ways. One, the cesium chloride, you can use isopropanol, isopropyl alcohol, you can use ethanol. And you want to know which one is going to be the, which should be the best. This is your question. Okay, so think any depending upon your yield, we can choose. Most of the time, because cost is also a thing that we consider. Cesium chloride method is a bit costlier, so that's why we are not using them. But in case of when you are going to have many different type of plasmid, cesium chloride also gives you the gradient. And in cesium chloride, if you have a density of cesium chloride and overlay your plasmid solution over the cesium chloride, and then you centrifuge it. So depending upon the density of your plasmid, means different sizes of the plasmids are going to be there. You can separate them. Okay, so if your requirement is to separate individual plasmid, like your bacteria is having 5-6 plasmid, you want to separate all 5-6 plasmid. You don't want that 5-6 plasmid should come together. So in that case, we use the cesium chloride gradient method. And otherwise, if you know that your cell is going to have only one type of the plasmid, then we go for the isopropyl alcohol or ethanol. Both are equally good. You can use isopropyl or ethanol, both.
Thank you, sir.
Only one question?
No, only two questions, sir.
सर ये भी बड़ी मुश्किल से ढूंढा है आधे घंटे में बैठ के है ना. Okay, so Yukta,
Yes, sir.
हाँ आप भी
Yes.
पूछने वाले थे कुछ?
Sir, I was.
Turn on your
Yes,
camera.
sir. Sir, am I visible?
हाँ, you are visible.
Sir, so I was asking that
चश्मे
in
का नंबर बढ़ा
restriction
ऑनलाइन पढ़ के? ऑनलाइन पढ़ के चश्मे का नंबर बढ़ा?
sir लगा है अभी तो.
मुझे भी लग गया भाई. Okay, हाँ बोलो.
So in restriction digestion, why do we use only? Why do we prefer on to mix only 10% of the restriction enzyme of the total reaction volume? Why is that?
Recheck your question. We do not use this 10%.
Sir, my question is, मतलब total reaction volume में why we use up to 10% volume of the restriction enzyme?
See, it is not like that. Restriction enzyme being used in term of units, and restriction enzyme is present in your volume, and you use it. So, like 1 unit you need, and your solution that enzymes, your sample that you are getting, that have 5 units per microliter, and you need only 1 unit. But then you don't need the 5 microliter, then you even need lesser one. If you need the 5 unit, then it will be sufficient for the 1 microliter. So it's not like that. You also need to the 10%. And thing is that why 10%? So why in the why 10%? The answer is that you have to use your buffer also. Like the DNA, your sample is also there. Like if your sample enzyme you are adding the 50 microliter, and then how then protein that's DNA sample you are adding. So this is the ratio that's being made, and the 10% is going to be for not this thing. 10% I think for your buffer you are referring. So the buffer generally came in the 10x form. So that's why the 10% if you add, then it's going to become 1x. But it's not like that 10% of the enzyme you are going to add. Generally enzymes came in a form of your units, and that's why we are adding. Please recheck your from where you picked
No,
your
sir,
question.
I read it somewhere. I
Share-
remember that.
Share,
I'll
share that on the screen. If where is this data?
sir, right now.
If you're not
Sir, I
getting any,
just remember it that we use 10% volume, we cannot exceed it. I don't know the reason
we
why.
can exceed. It's not like that we can't exceed. So thing is that the final concentration that we need in our sample is going to be for your buffer. If your buffer concentration are going to be are changing, then it is going to lead to star activity maybe. But for the enzyme volume and your sample volume are not the case. And one more thing is that when you are one thing, enzyme must be properly diluted also. If the concentration of enzyme is going to be very high, then that leads to the efficacy, the action of enzyme also. So every enzyme required some solvent. Maybe in this concentration is going to work. Very concentrated form, it won't reach to the its substrate also. The internal competition are also going to be there. That for the enzyme action that you if you studied, in case of enzyme there is a concentration enzyme versus substrate concentration. There is a curve. Okay, so if substrate concentration are going to be high, then the enzyme action is going to be high. If enzyme concentration is going to be high, then enzyme activity will come down. So that's why the concentration this is a concentration issue. How much concentration of your enzyme you are keeping in. So for that, I would suggest you to please visit enzymology, your enzymes. I think that you have studied in your biochemistry. So this is the enzyme action. So they are just simply just like your enzymes. So as your enzymes require things, they also require certain concentration, certain concentration in your sample. Okay, otherwise there is no specific reason why we are doing, we can't exceed more than 10%. Because if you are exceeding more than 10%, concentration of your enzyme in your sample is going to be very high. That may be self-inhibitory.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
और कोई और कुछ? Okay, so Devanshi, Yukta and Marsuni. So it is just 3%, 10% of your class. Yes, Vivek.
Sir, am I audible?
You are audible. Also turn on your camera.
Okay. Am I visible, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
No, sir, so my question was just from the fourth practical that we had done. It was the isolation of plasmid DNA from the bacterial cells. I was just wondering when we were looking at this, like in the practical, we use alkaline lysis method. So my question was, why is it that this method is most preferable for plasmid DNA isolation over other possible methods?
See, whenever we are choosing a thing, we consider every aspect. First is the commercial aspect. How much you are, how much you have to pay for getting that thing. Simple thing is cheaper, it is easier. You need not to apply many things. What you need NaOH, you need SDS. That's it. Only these two. And third thing, you need sodium acetate. You don't need any expensive things. You don't need any other specific sophisticated techniques for that. That's what is preferred. So even whatever the types of the kits you are getting, they are also based on your alkaline lysis method. Like in the
Okay,
kit
sir.
that you say, if you are getting kit from the Kaizen, that kit, they also have the three solutions, solution 1, 2, 3. Their solution 1, 2, 3 also contain sodium acetate, your NaOH, first is the TEG, then the NaOH and SDS, and your sodium phosphate, sorry, sodium acetate. These three components are going to be there in even their kits also. So it is cheaper and simpler and quick also. You don't need to go for a long time. Just as you add sodium acetate and SDS, it will like immediately. You don't need to crush it. You don't need to do anything. Like in case of when you are going to extract for the genomic DNA, you said you need to crush it. That also you don't need. When you add the sodium acetate and sodium hydroxide and SDS, it will lyse immediately. Okay, and when you add sodium acetate to that, it will precipitate immediately. Just 20-minute procedure is it. In 20 minutes, you are going to be able to transmit. But I am saying more. When you are using kit, even it is going to be lesser. Whatever the centrifugation time is going to be there, that is the thing. Just 5 to 10 minutes, you are going to be the plasmid. It is so quick, so fast, and easy to use. So that's why it is being preferable over the other methods.
Uh, okay, so I also just had another question from the gel electrophoresis practical. So what does it mean if, like in our results, a particular band is thicker than the others?
See, thicker than the other simply means the intensity of the band, simply you can say. If the thicker means more amount, thinner means less amount. So band is thick means the amount of DNA is high. Band is thin, amount of DNA is going to be low. More intensity, amount of DNA is going to be more. Less intensity, amount of DNA is going to be less. But one more thing that you can add to your question: what's about the shape? Shape is an issue. If shape of your DNA band is changing, like when we are saying band means it should be like such a line, uh, this is a your thing. If it is like that, if it is like this, then we call it as a band, straight, intense. But if it is changing its shape, it is becoming U shape, like U, this thing, or a smiley, like this. So if they are changing their shape, they are like smileys, U, and one more thing, like it is not sharp, it is like going to be long smear type of things, then definitely there is going to be an issue. Then one issue is that might be there is a phenol, like phenol chloroform that you use during the extraction. So that changes. If the amount of salts present in your DNA are going to be high, then they leads to change in the running of the shape of your band or the electrophoresis.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
If
sir.
the shape of the band is changing, then there is an issue. But the thickness is related to the intensity. More amount, more thick, more
Okay,
amount,
sir.
more intense. Like when you see under the electrophoresis, that thickness coming in the form of intensity of the light that you are coming to you. Okay, that means more amount of DNA is there. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so next,
Thank you, sir.
any other question, Vivek?
No, sir. No other questions at the time.
Okay, so next is Nehal.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Nehal, you are audible. Just a minute, just a minute.
Yes, sir. Sir, which is more preferable?
1 minute, Nehal,
If
1 minute,
we
1 minute. Wait for a minute. हाँ नेहला बोलो.
Sir, so my question was, which is more preferable while performing the experiment in gel electrophoresis, that we pour a thicker gel or a thinner one?
There is none. Neither thicker nor thinner.
Yes, sir.
Your gel must be of appropriate thickness. See, if you are using a thinner gel, in thinner gel you will not be able to place your DNA, place your sample. Okay, if you're not able to place your sample, then your sample will come out. The thinner gel is not going to be useful for you. If you're thicker, unnecessarily, you don't need so much thick gel. You are spending extra, your agarose, extra buffer, everything you are putting some extra. So it should be neither thicker or not thinner. Like a 0.75 centimeter type of a gel is more than enough. Okay, you don't need a thinner or thicker gel. You need appropriate size gel.
Okay, sir. And sir, I have one more question. So, sir, is there any chance that we can store the DNA sample um, that are diluted in any buffer?
In what buffer?
Sir, T buffer.
And store whatever long time you want. Put in the minus 20. Put in minus 20.
Okay, sir.
Store whatever long time you need to stop in the frozen condition.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Yuvraj.
Sir, in experiment number 4, in the
चेहरा
procedure,
दिखा दो भाई.
sir, at the sixth step, why do we use
चेहरा तो
isopropanol?
दिखा दो भाई.
Yes,
इतना
sir.
किस तरह का? हाँ बोलो.
Sir, in experiment number 4, in the sixth step, why do we use isopropanol? I mean, what's the impact of isopropanol in the solution?
I'm not going to answer you.
Sorry, sir.
I'm not going to answer this question. You should answer this. I don't think you read the protocol, you don't read the method, and I don't think you are focusing on the lecture also. And today also, when this, I don't think who asked for the cesium chloride and other questions, so you are listening that question also?
Pardon, sir?
Have you heard the questions who asked this cesium chloride and the isopropanol and the ethanol question?
Sorry, sir, I can't hear you.
Who among you asked this isopropanol and cesium chloride question? cesium chloride वाला किसने पूछा था? मनस्विनी? मनस्विनी? देवांशी? देवांशी?
Yes, yes, sir.
आपने पूछा था cesium chloride का?
Sir, किसका?
cesium
I
chloride?
asked magnesium chloride, not cesium chloride.
Chloride?
I asked magnesium chloride.
Okay, not the cesium chloride. cesium chloride किसने पूछा था?
Sir, मैंने देवांशी.
देवांशी. देवांशी?
Yes, sir.
देवांशी, turn on your camera and answer Yuvraj's question. युवराज, ये पीछे से अपने से जो लाइट आ रही है तुम्हारे उस पे, उसको हटाओ भाई.
Sir, अंधेला हो
Sir,
जाएगा.
Yes, Devanshi, listen Yuvraj's question and answer him. हाँ युवराज, क्वेश्चन पूछो भाई, आना क्या है?
Okay, so experiment 4, the sixth step, why do we use isopropanol?
So, as sir mentioned that the DNA supernatant we got, sometimes we got different types. Is it one or
Devanshi, he is asking about only isopropanol.
only isopropanol? No.
He was not listening at all when we were talking about our practical. So that's
Yes.
why he wants why we are using isopropanol.
Sir, because it is easily available, like ethanol.
No. He's asking why we are using isopropanol. What's the role of isopropanol? He's asking. What isopropanol do?
Oh, sir. To
ये तुम्हें भी नहीं पता.
no, sir.
Cesium chloride की पूछा भाई? How you ask cesium chloride? You don't know that about the isopropanol.
Sir, isolate the supernatant and the DNA.
It's really Manaswini. Manaswini,
Yes, sir.
can you answer why we are using isopropanol?
Sir, it's used to precipitate the DNA.
Simple. If you are listening and if you are listening the lecture when you are in the lecture, it simply means you are not in the lecture at a time. युवराज भाई, थोड़ा ध्यान दे लिया कर पढ़ने के लिए, थोड़ा लेक्चर के अंदर. ये आइसोप्रोपेनॉल के ऊपर तो हमने पूरा एक दिन ही पूरा दिन लगाया था. Isopropanol, alcohol, ethanol. How this act? How they've used? Okay. Any other question, Yuvraj? Yuvraj,
No, sir.
is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
तो दोबारा बता दो. For what we are using isopropanol?
Sir, for the precipitation,
Precipitation of what?
proteins.
वाह, मेरे शेर सुन तो लिया कर कम से कम.
Sir,
Precipitation
actually, I
of
have a really bad network today.
कम से कम आज बैड नेटवर्क है. कल कितने दिन से हम चलते आ रहे हैं, चाहे बोलते आ रहे हैं. अब प्रोटीन सुन गया.
Sorry, sir, it's DNA.
सुन लिया करो भाई, थोड़ा दिमाग ध्यान लगा लिया करो. सवाल पूछने और ये नहीं बस सिर्फ पूछना ही है. सुनना भी होता है पूछने के बाद. Okay, so who will be the next? Next question. Vanshika. Vanshika,
यस सर.
पढ़ा कुछ?
सर अभी तो मैं रीड कर रही थी
तो क्या पढ़ा बताओ? Turn on your camera.
सर अभी मैं यस सर. सर माय कैमरा इज ऑन.
But you are not. I'm not able to see you. Any other than me able to see Vanshika? Devanshi, are you able to see Vanshika?
Sir, her video is constantly turning on and off. I think it's a network issue.
Okay, so Devanshi, continue what you read. Devanshi, turn off your camera. Because of yours, my also video was coming and going off. Okay. हाँ वंशिका बोलो, क्या पढ़ा भाई तुमने आज?
हेलो सर.
बोलो.
सर मैं एक्सपेरिमेंट 1 अभी देखा था, कंस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ डीएनए वेक्टर.
Okay, तो क्या देखा उसमें?
सर मैंने यही देखा था जो सर जो स्मॉल रेप्लिकेंट है मॉलिक्यूल, दे आर कॉल्ड एज डीएनए वेक्टर्स. एंड फिर उसमें जो 4 मेजर टाइप्स होते हैं वो प्लाज्मिड्स थे, और कॉस्मेट्स भी थे, और
अभी खोल के देखते हैं.
सर
अभी दोबारा खोल के देखते हो. Okay,
सर
चलो.
बीच बीच में.
Okay, so fine. कोई कुछ पूछना है उसमें?
सर अभी तो मैं रीड कर रही हूँ सर. मैं नेक्स्ट क्लास तक आपको बता दूंगी सर.
नेक्स्ट क्लास में टेस्ट ही है भाई. Okay, so anyone other than those who have asked? Ishita, Janvi, Kshitij, Namrita, Saiba, Sanjana, Shakti, Shivani, Tanvi, Tridev. No questions? Okay, so again, I'm giving you 10 more minutes. If any question came in mind, so I will come back after 10 minutes and I will take your questions. Okay, so please read more for further 10 more minutes. Welcome back, students. It's final moment for our today's session. कोई सवाल आया नया? So any new query? Any query came in your mind? Okay, so if none, then we can conclude our session. So thank you all. Stay safe, stay happy. See you again on Friday with our next session. And be ready for test for Monday and on Thursday. I will upload the slides meanwhile. Thank you all. Stay safe, stay happy. Good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.